Ata Māori e koutou mā, nau mai, hara mai. Welcome back to our Real Talks. Ko Rachel Petoroa hau. It's wonderful to be back. And it's Saturday morning here in Tāmaki Makaurau in Auckland. And it's not raining. Yay! But we do love the rain because we need it for our drought at the moment. But hey, we're here with the HIWA team. And so I'm joined here by my beautiful friends, first and foremost, from the Pacific. Because New Zealand is part of the Pacific. Kia ora. And so my name is Rachel Petoroa, and I am the founder of Rise2025. And HIWA is our new program that we really want to talk about this morning. So I am going to introduce you to the team first and foremost, and I'm going to get them to introduce themselves from wherever they are in the motu in New Zealand. I'm going to come to my right and introduce Henimo. Morena, Henimo, where are you in your miru, in your bubble, and your whare? Where are you?
Tēnā koutou, tēnā koe hoa. Yeah, I'm in Auckland, kei Tāmaki Makaurau ahau. I'm here in the west of Auckland. So, yeah, with in my bubble at the moment, our bubble has shrunk since as we progress through the levels. So, yeah, I'm here with my son this morning. And it's lovely here in Tāmaki Makaurau.
Kia ora. Awesome to have you here this morning before you head off on your hikoi. So beautiful. And then just coming slightly to my bottom right is Jackie. Kia ora, Jackie. Talofa lava, Jackie.
Talofa lava. Malo lava soifua. Yeah, o te whiawhia lava o aule le nei o Awhamasanga Jackie Curry. Yeah, o te whiawhia nei tai au o nei nāne a sumuni a le vai aso le anganga Samoa. Yeah, ve ia le ali'i. Yeah, whaftai lava a Rachel Petero. Mana e uso hina moa ma Amy. O le nei awa noa matangu fie. Whaftai.
Whaftai lava.
Yeah. So, talofa lava everyone. My name is Jackie Curry. And yeah, just it's a beautiful morning here in Aukilani, in our other home, the other capital of the Pacifica, since we have more Pacifica people here than any other city in the world. So always feel at home here in Aukilani, and especially knowing that we are welcome, Manuhiri, from our tangata whenua here. And I really acknowledge, the ongoing relationship we have as Pacifica, as Rachel mentioned, Pacifica peoples coming together at this time. And we always acknowledge our tangata whenua as the people of the land. And so really excited to talk to you all this morning. And talk more about this HIWA program and what you can get out of it as a Pacifica businesswoman and a Māori businesswoman. Whaftai.
Whaftai lava, Jackie. Beautiful to have you here. And thank you for those acknowledgements. And the beautiful Amy. Morena, Amy.
Morena, Rachel. Morena, Hinimoa, Jackie, and everyone else that's listening in. I am down in the Waikato in my bubble. So we are in a little place called Whatawhata. And today in my bubble is just me and my two girls. They are 7 and 4. And hopefully they are soaking up the screen time at the other end of the house. And my husband is actually up in Auckland today. He's working up in Auckland today. So that's where we are. And I'm excited to be here too and to share all about HIWA and what we're looking forward to most. So wonderful to be here.
Beautiful. Thank you, Amy. So Amy is on my whenua actually. So ko Waikato te iwi. Ko Waikato te awa, he piko he taniwha, he piko he taniwha. So my parents hailed from the beautiful Waikato, so it's wonderful to have someone in our team, Amy, who's actually based in Kirikiriroa. So beautiful, Amy. Thank you for being here. And Jackie, for you being here from Samoa, but really, a beautiful Pacifica woman who has done so much, in her business, in your business, for Pacifica. And whether it's here in Aotearoa or back on your island, it's been wonderful to be part of your mahi as well. So thank you, Jackie. And to my beautiful friend, Hinimoa, it's wonderful to journey with you. Many, many years ago, we said that we would be working together, working with Indigenous women and doing what we love, which is developing and growing others. And here we are, Ehoa, so it's wonderful to be with you. So yes, and this is the HIWA team, and we do have one other that isn't with us, which is my beautiful sister, which is Pania. So Pania is really the project manager behind all of the HIWA program, and she really is the glue that keeps us organised, sends out all the comms. So ngā mihi nui kia koe to my taina, my sister Pania, who's not here with us because we could only fit 4 on the StreamYard, otherwise she would have been. So just to let everyone know, this morning we really just wanted to share with you the HIWA program that is starting next Tuesday. And some people still had a few questions about the program, so we thought we'd do a live stream to answer some of those questions. So just to start off, HIWA, the name HIWA comes from our beautiful celestial goddess called HIWA Ikerangi. And the name came to me as part of the aspiration of this program, which is for Indigenous women, Pacifica women, Māori women to realise their aspirations and their dreams when they're thinking about what they want in their life, what they want for their business, what they want for their whānau. And so HIWA really spoke to me as a name for the program. So that's where HIWA comes from. And then the partnership that we have for HIWA is with Shopify Canada. And so Shopify are an e-commerce platform who have 1 million shop fronts, if you want to talk about online and e-commerce. And they have been growing that platform for over a decade now. And so we're part of a global network. We're one of the Indigenous entrepreneurship hubs chosen by Shopify to really encourage Māori, Pacifica, Indigenous businesses to migrate their businesses, if they choose to, online through e-commerce. So we're really proud of that. And so what we set about to do is really to develop a program that brought together what we know, which is coaching, growing others, developing others, alongside the expertise of Shopify, which is the technical side of Shopify. And we're really blessed to have Inez White, who is our Global Indigenous Ambassador, working with us to do the technical side. So Morena, Inez, we'll see you next week. And so that's the background of what he was all about. And so I'm going to ask, let's start with you first, Amy. What is it that you're really excited about when you think about HIWA and the 9 steps to HIWA, or the 9-week program for HIWA? What is it that you're really excited about?
I'm really excited about just the sheer volume of what we have to offer that is a part of this program. You know, there's so many different layers to it. It's not just learning the technical side of moving your own business online. We are incorporating that whole coaching, self-development, self-transformation stuff in there as well, which I think is the most exciting part for me. I mean, I sent an email out last night where I said I'm a tech person at heart. I love tech stuff, so I have done a lot of research into different platforms and stuff over the last few years, and that stuff really calls to me. But the coaching and the digging deep inside and understanding who you are as a business owner, as a strong wahine, is the really powerful stuff that I think is going to be really amazing for our women who come through the program. So I'm really excited for them to step into their courage and their confidence and really shine as the wonderful, successful business owners that they are.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you, Amy. Yes. So the self-development, the self-determining your way forward through the coaching is integral part of the program. And so you get to do all of that work for yourself. So yeah, I'm excited about that as well, Amy. What about you, Jackie? What's exciting you about this program as a Pacifica woman?
Well, first of all, as Pacifica women, we love to do things together and to do it with our friends and our whānau, our ainga. So first of all, I'm excited that I get to work with my beautiful sisters, my wahine sisters. And, that is a great starting place for us as Pacifica and Māori businesswomen, is to surround yourself with the right people and to work with the right people. And who said that those people can't be, your friends and your ainga? I think the main thing is that they are the right people for where you are in this stage of your life in terms of encouraging you and supporting you. So that's the first part I'm excited about, and I look forward to our Pacifica wahine that join coming and being part of a sisterhood. And I truly say that is real with Rise and any program that Rise runs. And the second part that I'm excited about, so I've delivered many business programs over the years and taught at different institutions about business. Now, what makes this program different is that we really come from a place of supporting your personal development first and foremost. And what we mean by that, and when we say coaching, it's, we can't explain it, but you have to experience it. And so it really brings a different dynamic into business learning, or, business education, training, whatever you want to call it. And our main focus is actually to bring you in as a Pacifica Māori businesswoman and really support you to find what is your purpose. We're not just here to say, okay, that's a great business idea, and yep, we can see on the financials you're going to make heaps of money. We're not so much interested in that side. What we're interested in is this business, is it going to make you feel whole in yourself, that you are doing what you were called to do? And we all have that inside us as Pacifica and Māori women, that calling, that just something in us. I mean, the ladies here know that, I always talk about the Moana movie, because it just reminds me of how sometimes we get stuck on an island with all the obligations of our ainga, our community, our village, our business, and we find ourselves looking out to the sea. And we just have this dream, but it feels so selfish to have that dream, raising children and all the things that our beautiful wahine do. So what I'm really excited about is helping wahine and, Tamaitai, Pacific and Māori women bring out of them what is their dream that they're been holding back on. And we really have the tools and the support system in this program to help bring that out. And then we'll work on helping you develop it as a business. So that's what I'm most excited about. And we call that a purpose-led business.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's me. Whakatainawa.
Beautiful. Thank you, Jackie. Purpose-led businesses. Wow. I'd sign up to that, Jackie. Yeah, and that's really what this is about. Starting from the inside, working out what it is that you truly want for yourself, and being that moana and looking out to the sea. and then jumping on that raft to go find what that dream is. Yeah. And sometimes it might be a little bit scary.
It's very scary, actually, if I might say.
Yeah. And sometimes the waters might be a bit choppy. And sometimes, you might have to get into those deep waters and do a little bit of deep diving about, what is it in those waters that you're attracted to? You know, it might be the colourful fish. It might be the kai that's in there. But, doing those deep dives for ourselves really support that purpose-led business. So, Hinimua, what's come up there for you as you're listening to us talk about what you're excited about?
Wow. Yeah, excited. That's what comes up. So my heart feels, I can feel it beating. And as we talk about the moana, as we talk about te moana nui a kiwa, and the idea, all of that, beautiful, all of that that's been mentioned. So what really excites me as well as that is the journey that we take together. And we will have women coming who already have amazing talents, who already bring amazing skill to bring with them. And so I'm excited about what else is there. What else is there for you and for us together as we journey together, as we navigate the moana together to those horizons that we can see, and maybe what can't we see? What can't we see yet? That's what I get excited about. What else? That real dedicated time and space with a whole team around you, to bring in different skills and perspectives at the right time. So it's all about wherever you are right now is exactly the right place, yeah? And so whatever you're bringing will be a gift for all of us as women of our land, as Indigenous women, as tangata whenua. All of that combined is really powerful. And when we are rising together, when we are preparing to send up those aspirations, to be really clear about what it is we want, to make sure that what we are creating includes the whole of us, includes all the roles we play in our lives, not just one perspective, encompasses all of that. And maybe from our Indigenous ways of thinking, from our ancestral wisdom, from the knowledge that they have ensured continues for us to pick up and to carry on and to articulate and use it in a way that is, as Jackie said, unique to us. It's unique to our own purpose in the world, in our community, in our family, and in our individual journey. That's really exciting, to be rising together as a sisterhood, to be supporting one another, no matter where we are in our journey. I remember thinking before I started my business, having 3 jobs, being a mama, trying to balance all that. I remember thinking, I'm not ready. I don't know enough yet. I don't know everything. And then I realized that when will I ever know everything? And when will I ever know enough? And so the support of the Rise Sisterhood, really, we reflect each other and we can support each other through all of those. So that's where the idea of working on self is just as important in the journey as, the idea and the contribution that we come with to the world. So, I'm just so excited to meet you all, to work together and to, find ways to continue to rise.
Oh, no ora. No ora. Thank you, Hinimoa. And, you know, we've all come from businesses, you know, we've been there, wahine mā, we've been there when it's difficult. We've got those t-shirts that say, yeah, we've got those t-shirts that say, we've been there, we've done that, we've failed, yeah, we've fell flat on our faces, yeah, and we're still here. We're still here. And we've got so much of that knowledge that we really want to support you with as well, because, you know, we have walked in your shoes, yeah, and we have had those challenges. And so now it's really our way of giving back to you and saying, hey, you can do it. You can do it. And having a team, instant team as soon as you arrive at HIWA, from next Tuesday when we start our whanaungatanga, because that's how we start, is about connection. It's about connection to each other. How am I connected to Jackie in the Pacific? And we know through whanaungatanga we will be able to find so many different connections to each other. And so that's how we start to weave, that's how we start to weave all of our beautiful knowing, all of our beautiful whakapapa, all of our beautiful highlights and lowlights in life, and we start to weave all that together. And so as we weave everything together, as we know, as weavers, as beautiful, in our beautiful cultures, when we weave that together, you know, those mats, they get stronger. And so that's what we want to do. We want to weave all of our experiences together to create that foundation, that solid foundation. So that's the start of our program next Tuesday. And then we go into another, so that's our first week next week. So we have 9 weeks together, 63 hours together. Yeah. And through that time, you will get to know each other better than you probably know your sisters and brothers. Because it's a sacred space. It's a sacred space that allows us as wahine to truly just be. And not have to explain ourselves, our culture, our protocols. You just bring all of that with you. Bring all that with you. That's what we encourage you to do. Bring everything that you are, the good, the bad, and sometimes the ugly, because we've all got those sides of us. And within that, you'll have a support network to guide you step by step through this journey. So last night I did a little bit of had some mahi to do, thanks to our beautiful team who put together the program. And one of the things that really stood out for me in the program design and the development of it is the time and the space that you get to dream. And so to dream, learn some new knowledge, and then to apply it as you go through the 9 weeks. So we're not going to be telling you what to do. We're going to be asking lots of questions, giving you some tools and resources that you get to define what that looks like for you. So thank you to the team for pulling all of that together. It looks amazing. So what else is really important? So we are all part of whānau, you know, ainga. How does the HIWA program, in your view, ladies, wahine mā, how does it also support, so talk about the self-development, how does this program also support your whānau, your ainga, your community? Hinimoa, what would you say?
Well, you know, I would say that when I look after myself, I am in a stronger position to look after my children, my parents, my wider whānau, the boards that I volunteer to sit on in the community for things I care about, the different communities that I move in, the work that I do with women in the gardens. You know, it just strengthens me. when I am looking after me, that ripple effect, the way that impacts others is really powerful. So that was a big learning for me, actually. You know, this idea that, this idea of selflessness can look a certain way in our minds, but when we really get time to explore it and find out what's underneath that idea, when I am strong, all the people that I care for and responsible for, they also get the benefit of that. And I was thinking this morning, where did I see that in my own whakapapa with my ancestors? Because I often hear stories of, how hard it is for us because we're here doing all of these different roles and we want to play a role in our hapu as well and things. And actually, I can remember my nannies taking time out just to look after themselves. And it was small things, but now that I really look out for them, and so, for instance, I can remember the smell of my grandmother's things like moisturizer. So it wasn't just about making her skin moist. It was about the time that she took to look after herself. I remember her rubbing her hands, spending time to do that. And so if I look carefully, I can see that those things already existed. This is not a new idea. It is not a new idea for us. There are ways that my kuia, my nannies, took care of themselves just to prepare, just to be still, to check in with their body, see what their body was ready for, and to then be able to come to us, mokopuna, and do what they take us wherever they were going themselves in their acts of service as kuia. So, I think that idea of strengthening myself, taking time out for myself, being clear on what my own purpose is so important for the well-being of those I care for. And even those I haven't met yet, and I'm about to meet on Tuesday. So, I think it's such a, if we just explore and remember some of those ways that point to, what I do for me has this beautiful ripple effect on others.
Beautiful. Aye, that ripple effect that just keeps going out from you out into your whānau, your hapu, your iwi, the nations, and perhaps the world. When you're thinking about e-commerce and online, what is the scope? It is te ao, the world. So Amy, you have some very amazing conversations with your 7-year-old daughter, Amelia, I understand. And so how is the work that you do, coaching, your business, how is that supporting your two beautiful daughters?
We do have some wonderful conversations. She's a very curious empath as well, so comes quite naturally to her to want to ask questions and to know more, and she really feels feeling above thinking a lot of the time. And so I take it as a real blessing, to be honest, that I have I've done this work through Rise to be able to support my children in this way, but not only my children, my family, my wider community, the people that I'm around each and every day. And I think one of the things that comes up for me the most, just thinking about this, is the idea of abundance, and that when we work on ourselves, when we give ourselves a platform to build, if it's a business, then that's wonderful, but if it's something else, wonderful too. When we allow ourselves to step into more power, it's not just doing it for us. We're bringing everyone up alongside us, you know, and I truly believe that there is space for all of us to grow up together at the same time. So I love the idea that even if one person goes through this program, that it's not just impacting one person, you know, it's impacting their whānau, it's impacting their community, it's impacting the people they see as they cross the street, in the way that they interact or in the way that they behave. It's impacting the people that they sell to as they sell at markets or online, as they communicate and as they engage with others. So it really excites me, just the reach that we potentially have by going through this program. And I love that, children like my 7-year-old and my 4-year-old, Amelia and Maya, that they get to experience this by, by seeing their mamas go through that transformation. I think it's an amazing opportunity to role model to our next generations what it looks like to take care of self, to stand up in a powerful, strong way, like Hinimua said, like our kuia have done for us. You know, we've watched them do it, and now it's our turn to do the same. So, yeah.
It is beautiful. Thank you, Amy. And isn't it interesting how we, as tangata whenua, as Indigenous, as people of the land, as Pasifika, you know, we can still, you know, really go back to those, quite a way back actually, to our kuia, our tupuna, our elders, and remember those, you know, as Hinimua shared, I remembered my grandmother's olive ole. That was her moisturiser, and so that instantly brought up that perfumed smell of olive ole for me. So thank you, Hinimua. Yes. Ngā mihi, Shirley Marshall. She was a beautiful, beautiful woman. And so, Jack, it's slightly different. I mean, you're from a business whānau. You know, your ainga, they are, you know, steeped in business. What is it for our participants that you are really, when you think about HIWA, that you think will be a benefit? What will they get from that sort of business knowledge that you bring into the program?
Yes, as Rachel has mentioned, I was very blessed to grow up in a business family in Samoa. So for those of you that don't know me, I was raised in Samoa, and very much so my family is Kari family, and I also grew up with my mom's family, the Achong family. So, I mean, many people from Samoa will know those families have been in business for a long time. And so it's been a really interesting process for me the last few years around this concept of self-care and purpose-led business. And, you know, to me, these were all very new concepts. And I can probably say my journey in discovering these concepts started in 2015 when I took a leadership program, which totally changed my whole mindset. And so that's what this program, I guess, can help you with, is starting with just taking out some time to really look at your mindset. If there's anything I've grown in the last 5 years as going through a leadership program and then coming into the Rise sisterhood, I've just really realized how important mindset is. Now, going back to growing up in a business family, in a very strong, you know, foundation of business concepts. I mean, I don't know what other people talk about at the dinner table, but with my family, it's like always about business and the economy, jobs, and, you know, politics. And you know, like we'll literally sit there and look at a business concept and at the dinner table, pick it apart, or you know, it's interesting. Sometimes my mom would get out her calculator and start doing some calculations.
I love that.
That's pretty much like, you know, the environment that, and when I'm with my brothers and sisters, you know, most of the time, besides my younger sibling, who grew up here in New Zealand, didn't grow up so much around the business. It's just, I don't know, it's just our norm. But you know, going back to the concept of whānau, family, business, and what I hope this program can bring for our Pacifica, especially those living and working in family businesses in the Pacific, is this is a chance for you to actually step away from the obligations and I guess the vision of your family business, and very much step into a space where you can start to look at yourself. Now, you know, you've been blessed, obviously, with you know, the growing up in a foundation of business, which I believe is much more valuable than a business degree. However, you know, have you ever had the chance to actually dream about what your ideal business is? You know, so that's something different that this program can bring you, is that space and trusted, safe space to really talk about, you know, the challenges that you may have in terms of your feeling obligated to your family, and not just in business. Sometimes it's professional. Sometimes it can be professional aspirations that your family have put on you. And, you know, just being able to step away from that and think, no, actually, this is what, you know, I want to do, what I feel is good for me. And, you know, and it's a brave step, because sometimes it also means that if you're going to build something new, you're going to have to step away from obligations. Now, let me go into what it is those obligations are for Pacific women, which I know can hinder us and hold us back. And that is, you know, first and foremost, our family, our parents, who are so dear to us. We always have that feeling of obligation to take care of them in whatever way that is for you. Then we of course have our children. Those of us that are married, you know, very much obligated to our husband and our husband's family. And then there's the community. Then there's church. If you're part of a church, you can be quite deeply involved. And then especially if you hold a Matai title as a Samoan, or your significant other holds a Matai title, there will be other obligations that come with that in terms of leadership. And, you know, the list goes on and on. Now, I'm going to be, you know, bold enough to say that those are the very things that can hold us back from stepping into our purpose, because we're trying so hard to serve our family, our family business, our community, our church. But in order to step into your purpose, you have to be brave and sometimes step away from some of those obligations, build up yourself first and foremost, in terms of, you know, Hinemoa gave a great example of what self-care is, which is actually taking care of yourself and understanding that to be a more effective businesswoman, mother, all those obligations that you have, to step back and take care of yourself actually serves those people in your life and those obligations more than you just continuing to burn out and try and hold it together and turn to, you know, whatever it is that, you know, just kind of fills the gap, and then you just keep going. So I just really encourage you that this is a space where you can explore some of those things and really make some decisions about, I'm going to make some changes that's going to serve first and foremost myself, and then my children, my parents, my family, my community, my family business, whatever it is for you. But most importantly, you were put on this earth with a purpose and a vision. So, you know, and if I must, and I will also bring up, for most of us Pacifica, we are Christians, and we believe in, you know, our purpose that God has put us on this earth. So again, you know, in order to step into that spiritual side as well, sometimes we have to take rest and step away from others, and that has to be very personal. So whatever it is for you, mind, body, and spirit, this program can help you make those steps towards that, you know, that place. So, Papatai lava.
Papatai. Beautiful, Jackie. Thank you for saying that so courageously and bravely, because I know that you believe that and you are practicing that. So, you know, I want to listen to you as well. And as well, there is all of the technical side. So you get to be stepped through all of the technical parts of setting up an online business, if that's what you choose to do, with the beautiful Inez White. So she will be stepping you through the 9 steps to get you to that place of launching your business. So there is something that I just want to caveat the whole program with is, you know, and it was said to me by someone, is that this is not a get rich quick, get online program. This is not. If that's what you think this is, then this isn't the place for you. I think there are other places that pitch that kind of business, but that's definitely not what this is. This is about setting up the foundations of what you want by doing that beautiful work, that self-development, that discovery, really getting aligned to, yeah, okay, if my business is going to look like this, this is how it really lines up with who I am, you know, what I stand for. And so that when you get to go and build that beautiful shop front online through e-commerce, it is a reflection of you. It is a reflection of you, what you stand for. Yeah, and so you will get all of the foundations of getting your shop ready, yeah, for business. And you may, after just one session with Inez, that's what happens with me, be ready to sell right from that moment. And that's exactly what I got when I went through with the technical side of setting up a Shopify platform. I could see how I could sell just like that. So that might be you, and that's amazing. But actually, there's a whole ecosystem that sits around an e-commerce business. And so we will give you the way to not only set up yourself, set up your shop front, but also what is needed to get people from out there in the world to your shop front. It's no good building a shop front if nobody knows where you are. So that ecosystem is exactly what you need, yeah, on top of just the work that you're going to do in our program. And so that journey will continue outside of the 9 weeks, 100%. And so you are responsible, whoever comes on the program, you are 100% responsible for the outcomes that you get from this program. We will provide you with all the tools. We will welcome you with open arms. We will take you and journey with you. But ultimately, you are responsible for the outcome that you get out of HIWA and how quickly you get to send your dreams or aspirations up to HIWA. Some of you will do it quicker than others, all good. Some of you are on a journey and you want that time to take those 9 steps and beyond the program. Some of you are on that journey, and that's fine as well. So we welcome everyone who's ready to take those steps, those first steps. And the first step really, if you haven't applied, go on to Rise2025global.com and click the sign up to HIWA button, because that is the step that we would love you to take, and come and join us. So a big shout out to our women who've already stepped in. Shelley, I know Shelley's in Samoa this morning selling her vanilla at the market. We've got Miriana. Kia ora, Miriana. We've got Jules. Kia ora, Jules. And we've got some beautiful women who've signed from Fiji. So we've got Stella Bulavanaka Stella. She's on board. We've got Zoreen, who's based in Vanuatu. Like, these women aren't based here in Aotearoa, they're based in their own native lands. And so we're excited to see them all. We've got my beautiful whanaunga Donna, She's coming on the journey with us, and she's really, her mindset is what she really wants to support, her mindset to really transition to online. And I'm so blessed to have her with us. And who else? Gosh, the names have gone out of my head. But I just wanted to do a shout out for the women who have taken action. So wahine mā, just take the action. Some of it will be unknown to you right now, but just know that you're coming into a place that as the unknown will become known once you're in that place. So in closing, wahine mā, is there anything, just one maybe word or something that's coming up for you to encourage our wahine to take that next step? Amy, what would you say?
I've used this word already this week, but I really do think that timing is the perfect word for right now. If you feel like this is the right time, the right place for you, then we'd love to have you join us, because you need to be in the right time in the right place. If it's not right for you right now, that's perfectly fine, but I think you'll know if it is.
Kia ora, Amy. Beautiful word, timing. Jackie?
Well, I've got a business word because I want to bring it back to business. I want to use the word outcomes. Now, as businesswomen, at the end of the day, we want to get something out of this, right? And we want to grow our business or start our business. So after everything has been said, and especially in support of also Rachel bringing up the Shopify e-commerce platform that you could walk away with, I must say that is definitely a huge bonus. I just want to say, whatever the reasons are, you sign up, think about the outcomes that you are going to get from this program to move you forward.
Raffatai, beautiful Jackie, outcomes, great business speak. And you, any more?
Yeah, I would say my word is rise. It's time. Yeah, it's the perfect timing. It's your time to explore and discover what those outcomes are for you, for your authentic self, who you are, what you bring to the world. And so rise, and let's rise together.
Beautiful. And so with all that, I'm going to mention also the word that, sometimes we don't talk about, and I'm going to say money. Because let's be honest, wahine mā, it would be nice to have a different stream of money coming in potentially if this is your side hustle. It would be nice to provide more money for our whānau in a way that is authentic to us. It would be really nice if you have aspirations and you already have a product, that actually that product is available to many, which hasn't been available before. So I am going to use that word. It's a word that sometimes I could be in many different environments and people don't use the word. So I'm going to use the word this morning. So with all of that learning, with all of what we've shared this morning, we truly hope you can come on to our HIWA program starting next Tuesday. If it's not now, we will be rolling it out as we go on. But this one, the inaugural one, is always, I love first programs. This is where all the learning is. So come and join us. You know a little bit more about us. If you want to ask any of us any questions, just pop a question onto our page at Rise or send a message. We are open to answer your questions. On that note, wahine mā, stay here for a minute and we'll have a kōrero. But we just want to sign off and say, ka kite. Thank you, everyone.